Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today, September 27th. It is the most wonderful time of the year. It is time for the horror marathon for 2019. Yay! And I've started the first day of fall, September 22nd, and I will go all the way to 11:59 Halloween night. I have no life. Well, you can tell because I've already watched 24 movies. I've had one first time viewing. Usually I get to about between 6 and 10. But the movie in question was so fucking bad, I didn't watch any blind buys or first time viewings at all. So, I will just shut up now and get started. Otherwise, because I've already tried to film this video a few times, and either the phone rings or my bladder does not want to wait. So, yikes. It's like, please, no more fucking interruptions. So I posted a poll on the Horrormino app asking what movie do you guys think I should start with, and I had 5 choices, and almost and the flubs are still here. And everybody chose this one. Because I would have thought between this one and The Exorcist it would have been tied, but no, this won by a good margin. And number 1 of the marathon, 1974's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you see me looking down, I have my little notebook that I've wrote in all my movies watched in my horror marathon. Yay. I love Etsy. You get the greatest stuff on Etsy. Number 2 was The Horror of Dracula, which is my favorite out of the Christopher Lee Dracula films I've seen. I think I've seen them all. I'm not 100% sure. My second favorite is Dracula AD 1972. Then number 3, rented from the library. And not a lot of people know about this because it's a Canadian horror film. And it has an extremely interesting take on zombies. So if you haven't seen it, I so recommend it. It's called Pontypool. I'm not telling you what the unique way is, because that is basically a huge fucking spoiler. So, number 4, I watched the original Evil Dead. And here is the bad one. Number 5, I watched one of my horror packs. Picks and horror pack. Oh, I can't talk today. I got off work at 7 a.m. I'm tired. Number 5, A Night in the Woods. Oh. That's where that goes. It was so fucking bad. It's a found footage film, and I like found footage films, but it was basically no scares, no plot, can't act. Oh, it was terrible. And it was a 2 out of 10. And I couldn't even get the oomph to watch any of my other ones I've rented from the library that are first time viewings, or any of my blind buys since Sunday. That's how bad it was. So with how bad that movie was, I went back to the classics. I went all the way back to 1933 with The Invisible Man. I love this one. I don't know which one's my favorite between this, Dracula, The Wolfman, or The Mummy. I don't know which one's my favorite. And I ended Sunday night with motherfucker, I can't talk today. With Wes Craven's classic, The Hills Have Eyes. Because I know it's so easy to go to Nightmare. I'm saving Nightmare for the next couple of days. I don't know when I'll watch it. So, all the ones I've watched on September 23rd, 8, 9, and 10 are from the Universal Monsters set. So I watched The Mummy, The Wolfman, and Dracula. And those are the only ones, including Invisible Man, of the Universal Monsters I will watch. Because I hated Phantom of the Opera. And I did like Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and Creature from Black Lagoon, but they were also letdowns, because I've heard nothing but spectacular things about them, and I didn't see what everybody else saw. But I liked them. I'm just not going to watch them in this marathon. Even though it would be so easy to, but I decided, no, I want to try to watch different movies I haven't watched in a couple of years, and I want to get to a lot of my blind buys, even though that's not working out this week. But whatever. Number 11, the only one from the series I will watch, the original Friday the 13th. And I ended up that night with another classic, which is, I believe, 69, 79, 89, 90. which is 60 years old this year. House on Haunted Hill. And now for what I watched on September 24th. This was rented from the library, 1922's Nosferatu. I do have this, but mine is the one that has the typo negative music, and I just felt on watching this one first. I mean, there's no real difference, but the score, and I did notice a lot of the written dialogue that comes on the screen is different, but hey, I liked it. 7 out of 10, but I liked it. And stayed with the classics, went to 1968's Night of the Living Dead, and this is what started the marathon last year, so 2 days later. So, and then I watched Count Dracula's Great Love with Paul Naschy. The only film of his I've watched, but I do have the part 1 of the collection that was from Scream Factory. That made no sense, but that's okay. And I felt like, for number 16, I felt like watching one of my shark movies, but I didn't want to go to the obvious, which is Jaws. And also, I'm saving that to when my parents aren't home, because I want to watch it on their 65-inch flat screen. And I was like, you know what, I kind of want to watch this. It's stupid, it's cheesy, and it is so blatantly a ripoff. And that, well, it is a ripoff, so. And that, of course, is The Last Shark, or also known as Great White. So. And then ending that night with my favorite Stuart Gordon, Jeffrey Combs, and Barbara Crampton collaboration, and that, of course, is From Beyond. And then for September 25th, I only got 4 watched this day because I had to take the car in to get worked on, or it's 6-month checkup, tune-up, whatever, and that took a few hours. So the first one I watched before we left was Grave Encounters. If you haven't seen this, I so recommend it. It is probably in my top 5 favorite found footage films. And if anybody, I've probably stated this so many times, but I'll say it again. The asylum they film in is not in Maryland. It is actually on my turf. It is in Coquitlam, British Columbia. It's called Riverview, and you all horror fans have seen this place before. Either on TV or in movies, because it's been shown in Supernatural, The X-Files, The 4400, and movies besides this, Watchmen, and Freddy vs. Jason. So when I finally got home, I watched one of the ones I rented from the library, and that is The Thing from Another World. I have seen this. I like it, because I like 50s sci-fi, horror, whatever. And ended that day off with a double feature, 2021. I watched All Hallows Eve and All Hallows Eve 2. Definitely prefer the first one over the second one. And I do have Terrifier, and that will be watched this marathon. And yesterday, because I came home, watched 2 actually, and then I had to go to the clinic because I've had issues with my ears the last few days. It turns out the canals in both my ears are swollen, so I was like, oh fuck. Everything's gonna go wrong this week. First one I watched was Peter Jackson's Dead Alive. I hear they're bringing this back out on Blu-ray, which I hope is true because I do want to get the Blu-ray. Then number 23, I was saving this for in October, but I was itching to watch it, so I just said fuck it. John Carpenter's The Fog. And then I ended last night with one of my favorite. I didn't like this movie the first time I saw it. When I was about 16. I don't know what. I think it's the same with Hellraiser. I had a really shit VHS copy, and can't see shit. So when I got the DVD, I was like, you know what? This is a damn good movie. It's one of my favorite Joe Dante films, and that, of course, is The Howling. So there we go. 24 movies watched since Sunday. 1 terrible first time viewing, and hopefully today I'll be able to watch a couple, because 3 of the ones I rented from the library are due tomorrow, and I really want to watch them, which is The Prodigy, Escape Room, and Curse of El La Lorna. I can't pronounce it, but it's part of the Conjuring universe, I believe. But my mom watched it. She wasn't too impressed, and that's always a bad sign. Which is why I held off watching Hereditary last year, because she watched it and blatantly said, 2 hours I will never get back. And I was like, oh fuck. So there we go. That's everything I've watched from Sunday till last night. And like I said, the videos will be up every Friday when I get home from work. Though now that I'm off at 6, might wait a couple of hours because my parents are still home. They're not home now. My mom's already left. But let me know what you guys think of these titles. Which ones do you like? Which ones you don't like? And if any of you have seen that piece of shit that I just plainly flinged over there. Yeah, Jenna, if you've seen that, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you just blatantly want it to kill everybody in the movie like I did? Don't know. She's closing in on me. She started off beating me, and then boom, I took over, and now she's like 2 behind me. So we've got our competition going. So yeah, guys, that is all for this video. Don't know what else to say. Hopefully next week I will have a few or a good portion of first time viewings, because I don't want to keep just going to all the rewatches, because that's what happened last year and I didn't even get a third of my blind buys watched. So until my next video, which will be next Friday, I hope you all have a great weekend, watch a shitload of movies, and of course, as always, like, comment, please subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye, guys.